It's the question that drives us all. Is water enough to clean my hands? Soap is right there, but I don't want to use it. If I just use this water, will it be enough?
Hey everybody, Nick here. I hope you enjoyed that really ridiculous opening. I went to film these few shots just to study something and kind of make a point to myself. And when I looked through them, they ended up being so serious, and all I could think about was how I had just used water and no soap. And so I came up with that kind of absurd voiceover, and then I had to make some kind of weird epic music to go along with it. So anyway, the real reason I wanted to make this video today was to do a study on focal lengths and the resourcefulness of creative people when they're backed into a corner and what they can do when they have limited resources. So in particular, I filmed that entire sequence with this one lens. So this is the Nisi Athena 35mm T1.9 prime. I pretty much only use primes for film and still work. I know that's not a super popular choice. I know a lot of people love zooms, especially run and gun filmmakers, documentary types, but I just really like what primes can do and the image they can give you with generally a lighter package and a lighter footprint. So everything you saw there was filmed with that 35, whether it was the sort of wider establishing shot of guy looking pensive in bathroom, or even the really close-up shot of the hands that's just the camera pushed right up against them. The medium shots, everything was that 35mm lens. And I'm always turning myself inside out about what is like the lens that I want to shoot with. What is my ideal set? You know, I went to NAB and I really loved the look of the Atlas lenses. The Orions are fantastic. The Mercuries are fantastic. You know, a lot of people compare the Mercuries to the Blazar Remus, but I really didn't get the same feeling when I put the Remus lenses on my camera as I did when I put the Atlas lenses on. The Mercuries are sharper, they're better controlled, they're more usable wide open, in my opinion. I know that you can sort of shim the Remus lenses and get a little bit better center sharpness at the compromise of more edge sharpness, and you know, that would be a fine compromise, but just generally, I like the Mercuries better, but they're so expensive, right? And I can't afford to plunk down, you know, $23,000 and wait a year for a set of 3 lenses, but I'd love to film with them. And so I think about, okay, what if I just bought one lens? How much could I do with that? And it's a different story with anamorphics because you can't get quite the same close focus as you can with sphericals. And yes, you can use diopters, but then you lose the ability to rack through a shot from close to far. And I like doing that. Like there's that shot towards the end where, you know, our subject looks up from the sink, and that was a rack from close focus to subject distance. And that's something you can only do to that extreme with sphericals. Anyway, this was just sort of an exercise in what are sort of the different things you can do with a single lens. Is it worth it to try and go after like one exotic lens that does stuff you want? Like I kind of did that with the CNEs, right? I'm not going to buy a whole set of these, but I did get this 50. And I ended up using this a ton on the first 10 pages of our film. So much. And actually there's a little sequence where the main character goes to the sink. It's a very different circumstance. He's not thinking about washing his hands. But there are a few similar shots in the movie, and they were almost all shot on this lens, the 50, which is not super far from 35 in terms of field of view. And because this one can focus pretty close as well, we ended up using it for similar circumstances as to what you saw in this. But anyway, this is just a video as food for thought and bizarro world. So hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. If not, I apologize. Thanks for watching. Bye.